I'm Steve Covino. Perhaps you recognize me from the History Channel. New show debut this Sunday.
I don't, but
no?
hey.
History's Greatest Picks. No one watched it?
No.
Or perhaps you know me from Costco. I'm the guy eating all the free samples.
Oh,
That's me. Hey, guys.
I think I saw you there
I was there
before.
this weekend, yeah. That's Rich Davis. We're Covino and Rich. Danny G, Sam, Elijah, Dan Byer. We be rocking out. Let's go!
All right, now, a ton to get to. We're going to talk about Pat Riley and statues and ties. And
Yeah. Oh, my.
Darryl Strawberry, Pat McAfee, the action star, a bunch of random stuff to get to.
Pat McAfee, the action
So
star.
we're going to get to a bunch of stuff. I promise you that. But on the heels of USA, 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 I have two thoughts.
Props to Connor Hellebuck. Props to, well, the whole team, really. Jack Hughes with the game winner in overtime. He's missing a tooth, but he got the gold medal. Props to the team that won. I can't say the better team.
He can. And
Well,
that's
maybe
one
I
of my
can.
that's one of my gripes.
Well, that's why I brought it up.
I have a threefold thing. In my threefold. One, I feel like you missed out if you didn't at least wake up here on the West Coast, on the West Side. If you turned it on at like 7:30, 8 in the morning, you still caught it.
Yeah, by the way, I love to take pride in saying, what a game. I only saw the highlights. I was sleeping. I was like this.
I know. Rich and I were texting, and I'm like, where's Covino in this chat?
Yo, he also doesn't have little kids, you know?
Yeah.
No, man. It was sleepy time for this guy.
Yeah, you don't have a little kid jumping on the foot of your bed.
No,
Yeah.
I have a 16-year-old pain in the ass. That's what I have.
I did.
You want to switch? I'll switch with you. Being a parent of a little kid is easier than a pain in the ass teenager. I promise you that.
At 10-something a.m. Eastern, which was, 7-something out here on the West Coast. It's early, Saturday morning. No, I'm sorry, Sunday morning. You throw it on. And it was like middle of the third period, tie score, and I feel like I missed nothing. And what an exciting game. I'm not a hockey guy, but I feel like of all the hockey we've seen in highlights, don't you feel like Team Canada fast? Have you ever seen a faster hockey team?
You did miss a lot, though. You missed so many saves on both sides from
bet.
both goalies.
41 saves for Hellebuck.
I feel like I've never seen a faster team.
Magical one when he saved that shot from, what's his name? Devin Taves? Devin Taves? How do you say his name? Either way, hell of a game. I saw all the highlights. I caught up real quick and take a lot of pride in saying it was 46 years to the day since they last won Miracle on Ice in 1980. So congratulations to USA.
Number one, it's a shame if you didn't wake up to at least watch the end of it, right? Number two, if you lose a tooth in a gold medal winning game or chip a tooth, I think you take your damn time replacing that. I think it's sort of like you got to flaunt that for the next few weeks. Talk shows, late night shows, your media tour.
Yeah, you hit that late night circuit with no tooth.
I think you make a dentist appointment for like March or April and you get that fixed up
at 2:30.
All right, I feel like
2:30.
2:30. I think you milk the chip tooth for a little while.
And they got to give you a solid gold tooth as the replacement.
Gold tooth.
Yes.
I mean that would be straight out of.
You smile and you say, USA. You see my gold tooth? I won the gold.
What if he melted down the gold in his medal and used that as the tooth? So I do think instead of going to the dentist like the next day, which we would all do, I think this guy needs to go a good month or so just giving everyone high fives with a chipped tooth. That's what you got to do. That's the move. You're a hockey player. And I think the third thing I don't want to hear anyone say, well, the better team lost.
Well, Sidney Crosby wasn't playing. That would have been a difference
Who cares?
maker.
Guess what?
Plus, they sort of dominated from what I saw. I admitted I didn't see the whole game, but I did watch the highlights, the condensed version. I saw most of the game.
More shots on goal? Who cares?
They seemed to dominate most of the game. The puck just didn't go their way, as they say. But, hey, I'm not trying to take anything away from USA. I'm just trying to say that kind of how we felt about the Broncos, like maybe they were the better team.
Yeah.
I think you feel that way about Canada, but either way, USA wins. Bottom line. That's the feeling of it.
I know we could say it, and it's okay to say, but it means nothing. Oh, well, they weren't the better team. Who cares? They won the gold.
I agree.
It's
fair enough.
In any sport, you're telling me no way on earth you could convince me the 18-0 Patriots weren't better than that Giants team. Of course they were. But guess who won the Super Bowl? The Giants.
Yeah.
And that's what you remember. They are champions this year. Dan Beyer Seahawks, best team. They probably could have played a better AFC team. But guess what? That's not how it went. I hate the not the best team won. Well, they did. They did. Don't give me this BS and not the best team. They're the best team. The best team won. Because,
but you can't act like you don't know what that sentiment sort of means.
Yeah, but I think it's a BS sentiment.
And Johnny Gaudreau honored by the team, which I thought was really cool. And the family was honored. Really special moment.
That was really cool. They took his 2 little kids out there for the team photo.
Yeah, I thought that was way solid. So, one of those magical moments that I think everybody remembers, and everybody remembers where they were when they watched it. Me, I'll be remembering sleeping that morning through it. But, again, special moment. Props to the American hockey team.
I heard when you woke up that morning, your girlfriend said you didn't even place. No?
Not even true. Not even true.
I will say, I get the sentiment of like best team didn't win, but life is circumstantial, right? Think about, you met your wife because you guys both happen to be single at the same time. You got your job because the minute you were needing a job, there happened to be an opening. Life is based on circumstance. So when you say, this guy was injured, or, they didn't play great that day, you're pretty much describing life, no?
That's just how life goes, just how the ball bounces. That's how the puck slides, or I don't know, whatever the puck does. How the cookie crumbles. As Crystal Method said back in was it late 90s, early 2000s? That's the name of the game. That's just how it goes sometimes.
So congrats. If I'm Canada, though, man, you lose 2 overtime games, 2-1, men's and women's. Yeah. So much for you being the kings of hockey.
And you
Canada,
lose the World Series to the Dodgers.
What are you going to tell me next? Better syrup comes from the United States?
What you
guys?
Tell
me, we're going to have Mountie Cops now that are cooler?
Wow.
Rich, what you've been describing about, it wasn't the better team who got the W. As a Dodgers fan, I read a lot of that from Blue Jays fans after that World Series was over.
Blue Jays had a solid team.
They did, but they were making posts saying the better team didn't win that World Series.
The better team won. The Dodgers found a way to win. That sentiment to me, it feels like sour grapes. It feels like sore loser behavior. Like, I see it a lot with little kids because I do a lot of coaching.
I get what you're saying.
Kids
Whatever
is
on the scoreboard.
Not fair.
Hey, the scoreboard is all that matters, is really what it comes down to. So I'm not obviously trying to take away from Team USA. I'm just trying to paint the picture of the overall sentiment and the temperature. If you watch social media, if you read about the team, if you saw how they dominated most of the game. But that doesn't tell the whole story. You got to look at the scoreboard and point at it and say, hey, well, USA still wins 2-1 in overtime.
Know what I heard?
Again, Jack Hughes is a hero. Hellebuck is a household name. Props to everybody involved, and congratulations again. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I heard because we beat Canada twice, I heard we also acquired Jim Carrey officially, Mike Myers, poutine, and ketchup chips.
You know what's funny is you're taking fun jabs and nanny poof poof all day to Canada, but Canadians take it really to heart. Like, they're real serious about it. If you read the feedback, like, they don't take the jabs lightly at all.
I know,
because that's their
riding
lifestyle.
they're riding around the block right now in their snowmobiles, being like, "Oh, hey, that was terrible." Eh?
Nah, see, you're still poking
Well,
fun.
I'm just saying.
I want all the Canadians listening to know that it's Rich Davis talking smack, because their life sort of revolves around it.
There's a lot of
They
tears.
live it.
There's a lot of tears in Tim Hortons coffee this morning.
It's not like, we'll get it
another
next
one.
time. They're really upset about it.
Oh,
So, again, that's their game.
Throw in the Stanley Cup drought.
oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm a
Good
big
point,
fan
Sam.
of Cheesies. It's like they're better than Cheetos. You ever have Canadian Cheesies? Oh,
Not
my
had.
God. I love Canada.
And Rich knows cheesies, trust me.
But hey, I don't know what to tell you, Canada.
Didn't they win the Four Nations face-off? Did they win that? Was that like
yes.
last year?
That was
Yeah,
great.
Dan
yeah.
Byer's nodding, so I know it's
Yeah,
accurate.
tell them congratulations. They got a silver medal. First loser.
Did they get a stuffed animal, too?
Listen,
So
man,
anyway,
Stoat?
it
we're
is-
Covino and Rich,
it is
and
what
you
it
can
is.
watch what you hear at youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. We're streaming live as we speak. The feedback's coming in on YouTube Live. Again, at Covino and Rich FSR. All of our shows, including our bonus podcast, Over Promised, it's there. And remember to check the podcast. Danny G posted a best of the week. Last week was a crazy week of Dan Patrick fill-ins And, of course, our regular show, The Best of is up. The Best of the Week is up. Everything up on the podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you stream and rate it 5 stars. We appreciate it. Now, coming up on this show, last one standing, your chance to win some prizes. We do that on Mondays. Plus, we're going to talk some Pat Riley. He had a big weekend. And who's the next action hero? We'll explain. But it was a great weekend of fighting, too. Again, Strickland with the big win over Hernandez. You got Ryan Garcia winning his first belt. A lot of people surprised that this was the first belt he ever won at 147 over Mario Barrios. So some great fights, some great hockey.
You know what?
And some big fight announcements today, Rich.
One other thought about hockey.
All of a sudden, you're a hockey expert. You're like these boneheads on social media. Are you a winter storm expert, too? Tell me about all the snow on the East Coast.
Oh,
whatever's going on in the world, everyone on social media acts like they're the overnight expert.
Oh, no, I'm not claiming expert status.
Are you an expert on Punch the Monkey?
It's a great
Or are you more of a Slap the Monkey expert?
I know what you are.
Are you a Spank the Monkey expert?
I think the one thing that was sort of a bummer is that because this country is so politically driven and divided, that I think we should all be able to appreciate that call from President Trump to Team USA.
You're going to try to convince people on Trump. I agree with you, but you're wasting your breath. Save your breath.
I'm just
saying. People
saying.
hate that man so much, no matter what you say, they're going to hate it.
But I'm saying love him, hate him, doesn't matter. A call from the president in that capacity was beautifully fun and awesome and everything.
I think it's an honor regardless of your political affiliation. It's the president congratulating you on your gold medal victory.
How can you say that's not awesome?
Because people hate the guy.
Rich, this is like the time you said the Bad Bunny thing wasn't going to lead to a debate.
Yeah, people are not. We have listeners from our Patreon that are like, yeah, completely disagree, Rich. He's an a-hole. I don't care who he is.
But I don't want
it. He ruined that moment. A lot of people think he ruined that moment.
But to me, much like how people took the Bad Bunny halftime show, like, yo, dude,
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm saying save your breath. You're never going to convince people that dislike him that it was a solid move.
I'm a pretty passionate guy, but I'm fascinated what other people are passionate about. Like the fact that you could hate on a halftime show so much, or hate on a congratulations from the president to the team. Like, these are just good moments. Like to try to just make it political when it's really just the
bonding
president
and
saying,
unifying moment is the victory, not the president.
But I think the president inviting them to the State of the Union and that fun little interaction on the phone, and one of the hockey guys being like, "Hey, Don," like that to me was just a really cool moment. Like, and to then cloud it,
nice.
But then to cloud it with like, "Yeah, I hate Trump." Like, oh, you can hate him, but you're gonna come on.
I think it's
Did he
it's
send
an honor.
Cash Patel on assignment, the FBI director, to go chug beers?
Wait,
with the,
I thought that was Sean McVay with a tan.
No, he
That
was
was-
there.
Oh, that wasn't Sean McVay with a tan?
Also,
Oh my God. Okay.
That's
part of
got to
the
be racist.
controversy.
Doesn't it, you don't think they look alike at all? That's like when people say Jay-Z and Troy Aikman look alike.
Racist.
Barely. I was like, wait a minute.
That's got to be racist.
So, your thoughts on the weekend of hockey?
You think he looks like Sean McVay?
Cut from the same cloth. You can't see how they're cut from the same cloth.
No, not even
Body
a little
language
bit.
and everything.
You really think he looks like?
Yeah.
How do you see that?
they look kind of like.
Really?
You're not seeing it?
No,
Straight cash, homie.
I don't see it.
Absolutely.
I don't see it at all.
Even a little.
Not even, not even a tiny bit.
Really?
No.
What are you gonna tell me next? You don't
But
look
I-
like. What are
but
you gonna tell
I-
me next? You don't look like a bootleg Mario Lopez?
No, but I'm guessing that it's a social media side by side comparison
I've seen other
sort
people
of thing.
talking about it. Yeah.
Like, I get that people are talking about it, but I don't see it. But I did see him celebrating with the team. So
Well.
it was a prideful, should be unifying victory. Great weekend of sports. Hope you enjoyed the Olympics. Hope you enjoyed the fights. I did allude to, speaking of the fights, a big announcement. I'll just say it if you haven't seen it on social media. Floyd Mayweather has that exhibition coming up with Mike Tyson, right? But guess what? As of today, they announced that Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 is going down September 19th at the Las Vegas Sphere on Netflix. So another fight that nobody asked for, but a fight that I'm intrigued by kind of as a fight fan, and I'll simply put it this way and we can move on. Mayweather's got that 50-0. That 50-0 and that victory over Pac-Man. I worry for him putting that O in jeopardy. That O could possibly go if a determined Manny Pacquiao really wants that vengeance.
But
he's
ask
taking
yourself,
that chance.
Is he thirsty for the game, or does Mayweather need money? Like, there's got to be a
I don't
reason.
know.
Like, I mean,
but again, both guys passed their prime. No one's really asking for that, but we'll all tune in. This is a legitimate fight, their second fight, and I think Pacquiao's going to go all out while Mayweather's going to try to cruise past another victory. I'm not saying he's taking his competition lightly. I'm saying there's more hunger from the Pac-Man side of things, wanting to avenge himself in this situation. So the fight game gets cloudy, continues to become a circus, but we reap all the benefits, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of other things that went on in the world of sports and not in sports. Danny G, can we all agree on one thing, not sports related? That dude Chris from Love Is Blind, what a weenie.
Oh, Hobbit Boy?
Oh, man. He's a douche canoe.
They call him Hobbit Boy.
Hobbit douche.
That guy's the worst. I love that guy, actually, because it just makes you look better if you watch with your significant other.
But do you think maybe
You guys could agree, this guy. Am I right?
If you don't watch Love Is Blind, I don't blame you. But this goes for any reality contestant that's a total clear villain douche. Are they doing it? Is that really him? Or you think it's like, hey, listen, if I'm going to be on the stupid show, I want to be like villain famous?
No, he doesn't give any flying Fs.
He said it 20 times.
Jeez.
He doesn't give a flying
Yeah,
F.
he was really leaning into it.
I think that guy had, honestly, they alluded to it, too many tequila shots that night.
It's possible. But hopefully you enjoyed your weekend of dumb reality shows, some fights, and some USA hockey.
Hope you had a Cash Patel sort of weekend.
Yeah.
That guy was celebrating.
Enjoy. Well, I have a thought about something that went down with Danny G, your Lakers, and Pat Riley. And we'll get to that next right here on a Monday. Covino and Rich right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Ready to tackle your financial goals. With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, you don't have to sit on the sidelines like Sidney Crosby. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks, options, and ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform.
Webull, their app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you can read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control, and now meet Vega, the personal AI assistant. You could say things like, analyze my watch list, or watch out for this stock and let me know the outlook.
Analyzing.
You get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English.
Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors.
Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop. Webull, W-E-B-U-L-L, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/.
The Brewers get a couple highly touted prospects from the Mets. And this is a segment I like to call Who Gives a Rat's Ass About Prospects?
Good one. Little wordy, but I like it.
I don't give a rat's ass.
I don't give a rat's ass. Because in baseball, football, basketball, it's the equivalent of like late round draft picks. I get it. It's nice to have that equity. It's nice to have those picks. It's nice to have those prospects. But we, more so than ever, name the sport. It's like Amazon, Prime Now. You order something, you want it that day or the next morning. We don't have the patience. Like, oh, Covino, I ordered a new jacket or some sneakers. They come in next Friday. Yeah, no thanks. I'm going to try to find a pair that gets on my doorstep tomorrow.
Now.
We are impatient. So why do you think people want to wait for prospects? I have Met fan friends that are like, man, I'm excited about Peralta, but we gave up Jet Williams and Sprout. I'm like, Sprout was 0-2 last year with an ERA around 5. He's a young, talented guy, but, I mean, do you want to wait for this guy to work out?
I want to know the numbers of how many times players to be named later or prospects ever really pans out. It can't be that often.
And you know what? Your team knows who they are. Like, and the other one was Jet Williams, who's like, he's like 5'8", crafty little like center fielder. I'm like, the Mets don't need that.
Yeah,
So
and I'm sure he's good, and I wish him the best and all, but he's not the Freddie Peralta you need right now.
I think every franchise in all sports, they know like the one or two guys that got away over the years, right? Because your franchise agonizes over it. Like, oh my God, you know, we the Mets traded away Nolan Ryan in the 60s or the 70s. Those guys. Even right now, the Mets, they let PCA, Crow Armstrong, get away.
Mm-hmm.
But he got like a mediocre second half. He's a really good player, but like, hey, you got to win now. And to me, when people say,
yeah, but you need the pieces that you need too, though. Like you said, you need starting pitching, and that's what you got.
To me, give me a starting pitcher that is a frontline guy like a Freddie Peralta, and I'll give you 10 farm system guys because who cares? You have Luis Robert, you have Soto, Lindor, Polanco. If you're a Mets fan, you have all these guys. Like, so who cares about a guy?
By the way, Rich, you're always quick to remind your friends and everybody on Fox Sports Radio, like, to get what you need or to get somebody of quality, you have to give up something. Trades don't work just one way and that's it. You can't ask for an MVP caliber player or an all-star or 17-win pitcher and expect to give up nothing.
I heard
that's not how trades work.
I heard a Knicks fan the other day, one of my buddies on the East Coast, he's like, man, it would be really cool if they got Giannis. What if we gave him, and he just started naming like Knicks bench players. I'm like, that's not how trades work.
That's not how it works, dude. I mean, that sounds great and all, but that's not how it goes. So if you want a quality player, you have to probably give up some potential or another quality player.
You can't get Scooble from the Tigers for a bag of potato chips and a utility infielder.
I think baseball is unique because of the prospects. We rarely see player for player in the NFL, so it's player for draft pick. And in the NBA, same sort of deal. But what is interesting to what you're saying is I think that people thought that the normal argument was going to be rich get richer. Look, Brewers trading their ace because of whatever. There are some in Milwaukee who are very frustrated with this move because of how good last season went, because of what their strength was. I mean, they didn't hit it all in the NLCS against the Dodgers, but this is also the reason why the Brewers have perennially been in the postseason year after year after year following this sort of route. But I think ultimately, to your point, Rich, in baseball, the named player is always going to win. It's immediately always going to win. Now, Jet Williams, could be a 10-time Gold Glover, by 2037, and then we'll look back at it. But right now, it feels like you're getting something for nothing.
Yeah, but right now you have Soto, Lindor, and all these guys that are getting older every year. Go get Freddie Peralta if you can.
The Rangers got Mackenzie Gore today for 5 minor leaguers from the Nationals.
Yeah, 5 guys that maybe one works out, but we'll figure that out, like you said, in years from now.
Yeah.
I never care about that. It's like a stock that blew up. It's like, well, at the time I didn't know. So why do you cry about it?
Man, I should have bought Bitcoin
no,
when
it really
was whatever.
is.
Yeah,
it's like, man, I had it. But at the time you didn't know. So what difference does that make? Yeah, in retrospect, all you could do is shrug about it. Like, well. So if Sprout or Williams becomes a thing, hey, what are you going to do? You needed Peralta in the moment. Well, the scoreboard says 2-1 USA. And that's the name of the game. Ooh. Winner, chicken dinner. USA. What up, Nosy? It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. What up, Sam, on the ones and twos? Our sound architect. We got Danny G super producing, and he produced Last One Standing. We'll be playing later today, giving away prizes against the great Dan Byer. He's got your updates in about 10 minutes. We got Elijah on the videos because our buddy Spot's recovering from knee surgery. So we got the video up at Covino and Rich FSR, streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR. You can chime in live, feedback coming in. And, of course, our bonus podcast is also there if you missed Thursday's Overpromised. Overpromised with Covino and Rich, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Yeah. But we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And, Rich.
Yeah, bud.
Are you living that skid-free life you were always dreaming about?
I dreamt about this for years. Hey, we got dude wipes now. Switch to life-changing, wet, extra-large, flushable dude wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon, all major retailers.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes. USA.
Dude wipes. Dude wipes best clean, pants down.
Well, we got Stan Byer, a man of the people. DB, early Sunday morning, your son Brody jumping on the bed. Do you wake up early to watch some of this hockey, or were you in Snoozetown, USA with Steve Covino over here? I caught Dan Byer mid-bite of a treat or something.
Yeah, way to go, Rich.
I totally did. I actually need like 10 more seconds.
Yeah, good job, Rich.
Let Dan Byer digest.
Hold on. So that was Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning, rain is falling.
Saturday night, I had my Turbo House Party on Sirius XM.
Which you record, so don't make it sound like you were raging.
But I was also watching fights, cold maxing and relaxing. So I stayed up late, and I slept in a little bit on Sunday. Believe me, I woke up right as it was ending. So it's not like I slept in my Sunday like it's a lazy Sunday. I'm sleeping till noon.
Do you lie?
Not the case.
Do you lie and tell people, oh, I saw it?
No, you can't fake the funk. I didn't see it live, but I, obviously caught all the post game and aftermath and highlights.
I'm going to be that guy, probably share too much information. Saturday was a family day, so hanging out with my wife and Brody, and we went and did a bunch of stuff that he wanted to do. So I missed Duke, Michigan, the big college basketball game. I recorded that. So when they went to bed, I watched that game when they were asleep. So then I was up till about midnight. Knew there was no way I was going to get up for the gold medal game. So I recorded it. Woke up at 9, didn't touch my phone, immediately turned on the DVR, and we watched it on the DVR. I heard my phone dinging. I just left it on the charger. I didn't even look.
Pull the old-fashioned.
We had the full experience. It was just delayed because I did sleep in on Sunday.
Still the same magic, though.
Yes,
just
absolutely. It was.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I should have did that.
I
didn't think ahead. I was thinking about stupid Mario Barrios. I was too busy watching that stupid fight.
Did Ryan Garcia end up beat him 12 of the 12 rounds, right?
It was like a perfect game. It really was. Ryan Garcia was crispity, crunchity. And when he's winning, when he's fighting good, boxing's more exciting. Like I said, even today, Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 was announced for September. So there's a bunch going on. But, yeah, I stayed up late watching that fight.
I want to talk Lakers, but real quick.
Oh, by the way, you're right. I did look up Cash Patel side-by-side with Sean McVay.
I told you.
Now that you say it, I see it.
Especially the eyes. It's in the
so
eyes.
It's so weird, though. It's not like you see that and think that until you see them side-by-side.
Look at it. Come on.
Right.
People have made some great... the internet wins every time.
Cash Patel was in the locker room, Team USA locker room, celebrating after the gold medal victory.
Great photo we just posted on our YouTube live stream. Quick question before we get into the Lakers: would you? Because I think tonight I'm pulling the trigger on this. If you had a trip planned in the next month to Mexico, would you be like, yeah, not a good time?
Wait, you're pulling the trigger on what? El Mencho?
No. I'm saying like. If you planned on going to Mexico, would you be scared to go to Mexico, even if it's a different part of Mexico?
Why would you take that chance if you have insurance on your trip?
Yeah,
Rich already told me he has insurance on this trip, right? Isn't that why you buy insurance?
Yeah, actually...
Isn't this more dangerous than some sort of stupid scattered shower that might happen?
Yeah, no, I did pay the extra, like, $50
Are you not like the number one coach in the Valley and super dad with two little rugrats at home picking their nose waiting for you? Why take that chance to go now when you can go anytime?
That's true.
Rich got insurance on his trip. Basically the question is, would you risk going to Mexico when there's all this cartel craziness going on at the moment? The trip's in like a few weeks.
Yeah, Sam, would you try to see if things settle down, or it's mid-March?
I've been on alert like this for about 15 years. Mexico has incredibly dangerous places in it. I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, and
until
tourist spots
to Mexico.
Yes, to Mexico.
Not even like Cabo.
Anywhere in Mexico. Anywhere in Mexico, I would not go. They've been abducting people and beheading them for 15 years.
I've been going
risking that
with no problems for the past.
We went to Mexico City for
15
Monday
years.
Night
I know.
Football.
Most likely you'll be fine. I'm not doing it.
But
personally.
right now is a different situation. I would, to know or pretend like we know where it's going to be in a few weeks. That's crazy. We don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah. By the way, I know nothing about the politics or anything behind it. I'm just saying, as a guy that rarely goes on vacation, my wife and I are doing a long weekend, and it seems like Mexico's no longer the spot that I might want to go to.
We know the devastation and all the El Mencho cartel nonsense is further away from Riviera Maya, which is where you're going or planning on going.
Once
but
a
why
Costco,
take that chance?
Yeah, once a Costco is on fire, then you know, okay, let's proceed with caution going forward.
Maybe pick a different nice spot. All right. I do want to talk about your Lakers, Daniel G.
Sounds like rich guy problems to me. I got insurance on my trip. What do you think I should do?
Rich guy? No one goes on vacation?
No, but why would you need to go? You can go anywhere else. That's why you got the insurance.
Everyone listening to our show right now goes on vacation.
Yeah, but if you got insurance on your trip, right?
Well, because all right, you know what?
How is that a debate?
I'll give you the analogy. Danny G, you lived in California your whole life, right?
Yes, sir.
Should I go to Aruba or Riviera Maya?
I mean, aren't these things normal people do?
I know.
I'm not saying that, guys. I'm renting I'm going to Bora Bora. Mexico's a touristy place.
Boring.
Some parts are. Listen, you guys have already gone to Mexico how many times?
Probably
several
probably
each.
50 times in my life.
Yeah.
You'll most likely be fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but this is a different level of crazy.
Yeah,
because they killed the main
cartel.
Dude,
Yeah,
and Mexican military killed this guy. It's caused a lot of devastation, and a lot of it was put on by American pressure to, hey, you guys need to take care of this dude, and they did.
Yikes. Maybe I'll go there and all of a sudden they'll confuse me with someone, like a movie plot, and I'm the new drug lord or something.
Hey, guys, I'm El Guapo.
I mean, but hey, just be safe out there. That's all I'm saying.
Gringos locos forever.
some beautiful beaches there, Rich. Just don't go there right now.
Yeah, just that. All I'm saying, I'm not pulling a Sam. I'm saying probably not right now. It's probably not a big deal, but
my analogy, I was Sam, would be we're not from the West Coast. We live out here now. If something happens like Sacramento, we have family members that are like, are you guys okay? And it's like, yeah, like if you knew how far away that was from Los Angeles, you wouldn't be calling. But I appreciate your worry. Puerto Vallarta and like places that stuff's going down.
Yeah, but
very
tourist
far away
attractions,
from Cancun, though.
tourist attractions can make a big statement from these lowlifes out there causing craziness.
I gotcha. Over the weekend, I saw something that made me chuckle. Your boy Pat Riley's got a sense of humor on him. I'm a Pat Riley fan. I feel like he's a winner. It's hard.
Hey, he lives the life of Riley.
I mean, when people say life of Riley, I assume it's him, no?
It was either him or John C. Riley, but based on all these championships, it's got to be Pat.
Probably Pat. Pat Riley gets a statue erected. You don't have to beep that, Sam. In his honor. A statue.
First Lakers coach with a statue.
Which, by the way, we've talked about this before, Danny. Number retired, everything. Statue might be number one. Statue is the highest of honors, if you ask me.
4-time champion, like Danny G said. First L.A. Laker coach with a statue. Got his hand raised in victory. He's got the suit and tie on. Timberlake style.
Number retired. Yeah. Ring of Honor. Also amazing. All these things. Statue, I think, that's the top tier.
Yeah, because we argued on the show before about having a street named after you.
Then again, Vince Scully Way, and then street, that's a good one too. But
I think we decided on street, right?
Yeah.
Street was the ultimate honor, but a statue's right there as close second.
So he gets a statue, and he starts addressing all his great players from the 80s. And for a second, I'm like, ooh, it gets a little weird because he singles out James Worthy, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then it's just his little punchline. Take a listen to Pat Riley over the weekend.
I was born to be a Laker in 1970 at the Forum. With these guys right here, all of these men right here. And of all of them, there's only one who has shown me true respect today.
Ooh.
And that's James Worthy, who has a tie on. He wore a tie. Thank you. Clever. Everybody's gotten a little too casual. $2,000 fine for everybody.
I agree with him. If you don't believe him, you don't believe me. Go to the airport and watch the slobs walking around the hallway. It's embarrassing.
Does Pat Riley always laugh like that? Ha 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 ha.
By the way, I did a little chat GPT just for record. Pat Riley has won 9 NBA championships in total.
Oh boy.
5 as head coach, 4 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat, as an assistant coach with the 1980 Lakers, as a player with the Lakers in 72, and as an executive twice with the Heat. Like, talk about winning. It's almost understated, underrated, even though he got this statue out there. What's up, DB?
I know Covino mentioned the airport, but honestly, since COVID, the 2 things that annoy me most in sports are the lack of attire by coaches. I am a golf fan. You guys know I love the sport of golf.
You're a big golfer.
Love a quarter zip. Absolutely. I just don't think coaches on the sidelines of NBA or college basketball games should be wearing them, even if they're all color coordinated. I love the comments by Riley, but also sport coat and tie. Message to JJ Redick. Let's clean this up.
Isn't it true? On his way out the door here, you gave Gottlieb a tie and he threw it on the floor. Is that true?
DB's right. Pat Riley's right. And I'm not trying to get on my soapbox here, but we should be embarrassed. When I say we, I mean you and your kids. Everybody walking around in their pajama pants. I dropped my kid off at high school. I'm embarrassed for these kids. They look like hobos out there. I can't believe how sloppy today's world is. And it's embarrassing when you look back at an old ball game. Everyone's there with their trench coats and their hat C and their ties, and they look at it's a day out for everybody. Everybody wears their Sunday best. Traveling was an honor. They'd go to the airport looking great. People show up, people in leadership positions, like Dan said, coaches look like slobs. Doesn't anybody have any pride? And you're right. I do think COVID was the
catalyst,
downward spiral of it all.
The excuse of
I'm
sorts?
looking at a guy who wore sweatpants for 4 years after the fact.
Not gonna lie,
until I had to be like, enough, dude.
I crutched on the sweatpants, the joggers, which became way too common for everyone. Air travel went from dress up luxury.
You could look comfortable and still look presentable.
But now I feel like you go on a flight, 50% of the flight's wearing the, pajamas with like a pattern on them.
No one wants to see your bear slippers at the airport.
Well before COVID, people were very casual on flights.
It's out of control, though, Sam.
Now it's next level.
We all want comfort, but like I said, you could wear comfortable clothing and still look presentable like an adult, especially in leadership positions.
There's young folks that show up for a flight in pajama pants, a hoodie with like pimple stickers on their face.
Yeah,
what
it's
are we
crazy.
Doing?
We've lost all control.
Like
with that stuff.
how you're supposed to look only in the confines of your own home is now public.
And you're very close to people too.
And by the way,
you're right next to somebody.
We could point at the weenials, but the adults are to blame too, because parents could be like, yo. Yeah, first of all, we do the same thing a lot of times, but not to the extreme of these kids. Like a parent should be like, hey, look presentable, you slob. Go back in, put something on.
So I did write down a question for everyone, and I feel like I know where DB stands on this now. Is the tie sort of an antiquated old news type of thing? And I say this because you go to weddings now, and a lot of guys that are really put together, handsome fellas, will wear a nice fitted suit, an expensive suit, a dress shirt, nice shoes, no tie.
I agree with you.
I've noticed.
I don't think you need the tie nowadays.
When you see the lineup of Laker legends that were there honoring Pat Riley, a lot of guys were probably wearing, $5,000 suits, just weren't rocking a tie. And I just wonder, it's like a tie our parents and grandparents' generation. Well, I've been to weddings where, I'll be honest, I wore a nice suit, didn't wear a tie.
I've broken that rule too. I think you can still look classy and sharp without the tie. I think you still look presentable and cool, and you, like you said, you could wear a real nice expensive suit with a nice shirt underneath. I don't think you always need the tie. I do think it's a little antiquated, a little business, a little stuffy, but I don't think there's any crime in wearing it either.
How do we like so DB, let's get this right. We like our basketball coaches and hockey coaches suited up, suit and tie, right?
Yep.
Baseball managers love to wear a uniform like they're about to jump in the game.
Sure.
Maybe a little windbreaker, right? A little
Yep.
And football, is there a rule for football? Do we want like team apparel with like a hat or a visor?
That's not required by the NFL, unfortunately. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but coaches and wanting to wear suits in the NFL wouldn't let them because they want to sell the hat of the month or the pullover of the month.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I'm like, man, Kyle Shanahan's just when I'm watching my Niners, I'm like, he's just rocking the hat that you see fans wearing.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess that horse is out of the barn, and I don't know if they could ever reel anything in. I just wish they'd allow the option to do it. If 30 coaches want to wear the issued apparel, that's fine. But if 2 want to dress it up with a sport coat and tie, let them do it.
Well, not only did Riley call out everybody except for James Worthy, he also said that he wishes NBA coaches stayed suited up like he did.
Yeah.
He wishes they went back to coats and ties. I feel Rich's thought on the tie. We'll take your feedback,
I know
too.
what you're picturing, too. Like
I don't
Van
think
Gundy.
need the tie.
You're picturing Van Gundy in his tie with people hanging on his leg during fights. All right, let's go to DB for an update. We'll discuss this more. Your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox. What's up, DB?
What up, Dan?
Guys, in the NFL, the Falcons are expected to place the franchise tag on tight end Kyle Pitts. It's going to be worth more than $16 million. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones told reporters today that the team is leaning on placing the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Rams have named Cliff Kingsbury as their assistant head coach, joining Sean McVay's staff. We knew Kingsbury was going to be with the Rams. Now we know in what capacity. Ohio State has signed defensive coordinator Matt Patricia to a new deal. Jazz center Yusuf Nurkic done for the year. He'll need surgery on his injured nose, according to NBA insider Chris Haynes. Suns guard Dylan Brooks out 4 to 6 weeks with his broken hand. That timetable provided by ESPN. Duke, the new number 1 in the AP Top 25 Men's College Hoops poll. They beat former number 1 Michigan on Saturday. The Wolverines dropped to 3rd. Arizona is now 2nd. UConn, the unanimous number 1 in the Women's Top 25 rankings. It's a record 655th appearance in the rankings for head coach Gino Auriemma. It's Floyd Mayweather against Manny Pacquiao for the second time at the Sphere on Netflix on Saturday, September 19th in Las Vegas. And finally, American skier Lindsey Vonn said she almost lost her left leg after suffering severe injuries following her crash in the Winter Games as she attempted to ski on a torn ACL. She said emergency surgery saved that leg as she fractured the left leg, and that led to compartment syndrome. Vonn back in the U.S. trying to recover. Guys, back to you.
It's wild, man.
That is crazy.
Like, God bless doctors and surgeons and people that do this. Imagine, like, a skiing accident and she loses a leg. Like, we downplay, like, oh, she almost lost a leg. Imagine going through life without a leg after being the greatest skier. And, that's
sad.
Thank God she's on the mend. All right. More Covino and Rich, and your thoughts on this whole suiting up thing. Have we got too casual? Should coaches be wearing suits again?
Oh, we've definitely gotten too casual, but there is a compromise, right? Do you need the tie in today's world? Your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox, and, of course, we're streaming live at Covino and Rich. FSR, you could chime in there.
All right, we got more CNR next. Now, if you're ready to tackle your financial goals, you got to hook it up with Webull. With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines, whether you're a rookie or a pro. Webull put you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want. You can trade stocks, options, ETFs, or you can play the long game, cash management, retirement accounts, all on one simple platform.
Webull's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you could read the defense, adjust your strategy, and stay in control. And now meet Vega, your personal AI market assistant. Ask questions like, analyze my watch list, or what's the outlook for this stock? Get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English.
If you want a wider view of the field, very simple. Use Portfolio X-Ray, spot trends, market risk, and optimize your performance. Stop punting away your future in the finance world. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
There's 2 other superstars in football and basketball that are toying around with the retirement idea. Let's talk football first, because Stephen A. went on this rant today saying, I think Kelsey's going to retire after this season. No big stretch, because I believe it too. I was surprised he came back this season. Okay. And now they're what? 6-7, and they're out of it. What more to play for? The guy's done it all. You think he's going to come back for, like, the rebuilding of a Chiefs organization? The guy's on his way out. No one wants to be a detriment to their team either. And I'm not saying he is, but if they're going to look younger and build, and Mahomes needs some good receivers, young receivers, I don't know if Kelsey's in the mix. His priorities are different.
Okay.
He already has a career in broadcasting. He has a bride to be. You know, like the future's bright for him elsewhere.
Hit me with option number 2.
So Kelsey, again, Stephen A. talking about it today, and it's gone viral. Then the other one is LeBron, but hear me out, because people are saying he's got like one more year left. LeBron, it's season 23. That's his magic number, right? 23rd season. Let's say, and I would never wish this upon anybody, but I think teams like OKC would be in their way, right?
Do you mean they're 23-1 OKC?
But let's say, and I would never wish this, Rich. I would never, ever wish this, but this is sports. Let's say someone on OKC gets hurt. Not wishing it on anybody. I'm knocking wood, in fact, right?
Yeah.
That opens up the lane even more for a Lakers team who's hot. They're playing good. They got young, they got veterans, they got old, they got everything.
Can't disagree.
Right? Let's say the Lakers win, and it's his 23rd season, magic number, last win, last hurrah. You don't think he retires? My question is, who's more likely to retire, a la Cejudo style, after this season, Kelsey or LeBron, if they win?
I have an obvious
I think LeBron's going to still play one more year.
I think the answer is obvious.
Kelsey?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? I thought for sure you would say.
And I'll explain.
Maybe it's not as obvious as I. Maybe we don't need that wrench of Lakers winning then.
I think LeBron's proven it all.
Okay.
And if there's no path to a championship, and there's teams that are in his way, like you said, the Lakers are a top, I would say 3 to 5 team in the NBA. The Lakers look good. It's fun to watch the Lakers.
Dude, Reeves putting up crazy numbers. They're comparing him to stat-wise to Kobe Bryant now.
I'm just saying they're
using the word superstar to describe Austin Reeves.
Exactly. Now. They've already sort of moved past LeBron being the centerpiece. That's Luka now.
Yeah. But a major piece still.
You know, Austin Reeves, and they may go after another big star if LeBron were to walk away. I think Travis Kelce, I look at it this way. You know when you have a lot in the future? I know recently you were like, in your mind, you're like, dude, I got my daughter's Sweet 16, then I got this. And when you have all these things on the horizon, right, you try to cram things in, and you don't. My point is this. He's getting married June 13th. They made the announcement, him and Taylor Swift, June 13th.
He's got a top 25 podcast making millions.
13, her little lucky number symbolic. So they're getting married. And then I bet you within a year, because, they're at the age, they have every resource possible, they're going to have a kid. And I bet you that he runs it back one more time. After the career he's had, I don't think you go out the one time you don't make the playoffs. I feel like it's like Tom Brady wouldn't want to go away. You remember Tom Brady, the last interception he threw for the Patriots? It's like, you're not going to go out like that.
I think he's not in Cypress Hill. He's on the Chiefs.
I'm not going out like that.
We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out. I think that gives him more reason to be like, it's over. Like, this run is over.
He has a very bright post-football career, but it's almost like once you stop, you're never going to go back, right? So if he has any desire to play one more time, where I think LeBron could, with all good conscience, I played with my son, I've won on 3 different teams. It's a good question. Your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox.
Well, you and I thought it was obvious, and you and I completely disagree.
Yeah,
I think if anyone's going to retire, it's Kelsey. And I think LeBron's got like one more year because when he announced it already and taken in that farewell tour.
I'm looking at it from another angle. You're saying who's going to retire. I'm saying who would want to run it back more, and I think LeBron doesn't need to. Kelsey would not want to go out like this. Dan Byer, what say you? And let's get an update, man. What's up?
I'm not breaking a tie, but I am siding with Covino. I think Kelsey. I think it's at the end of the rope.
Oh.
Yes, and I think that LeBron, even with the Lakers' success.
You're the only guy who listens to me. Well, Danny G, too. Danny G's the best in the game. He's our super producer on the phones at 877-99 on Fox.
So that only leaves me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Suit and tie, Timberlake style.
I love it.
What do you think of it? Is the tie necessary? And your thoughts on looking like a slob nowadays. Everybody way too casual.
Well, to quote Barney Stinson, suit up.
We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. It's time for our tire rack play of the day. Pretty sure you knew that this would be our choice from yesterday.
Now Jack Hughes puts it around the car. United States with numbers. Back across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States!
USA! USA! USA!
For the first time since the 1980 miracle, the United States takes the gold!
Courtesy of NBC. And that was the tie rack play of the day. Kenny Albert on that call. Does that make it even, like, sweeter?
Yes.
Like, I'm such a big fan of big moments having the right voice, and that was fantastic. So that's our Tire Rack play of the day. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So Pat Riley was honored, as he should be. The 4-time Laker champion got a statue raising his fist in victory. The hand on the hip. He reenacted it. He's got a suit and tie on. And not only is he there in his suit and tie, the statue wears the suit and tie. And, of course, he calls out James Worthy as the only guy with enough respect to wear the suit and tie at his presentation. But he also...
And he has an evil laugh. Whoever knew that Pat Riley has his own,
He also calls out not only our society today being overly casual, but other NBA coaches and people of leadership. It's like, come on, man. Wear a suit and tie if you're an NBA coach. That's what he's suggesting. I don't think you need to tie, though. I don't. But you got to look like you're in a power position. You got to look sharp. Hey, dude, the guys that run this ship, don't you respect them because they always come presentable? Scott and Don always looking good. Don, I've never seen a wrinkle in our boss Don's shirts ever. His shoes are always crisp, like he just magic erased them. The dude doesn't have a hair out of place.
Can you imagine if Don Martin showed up somewhere in pajamas?
Seriously, no. I never see Scott do that. I never see
We wouldn't
anyone in a power
recognize
position. I had a boss tell me one time, you never see like someone in a power position looking like a slob, and you never see someone in a power position running to the office because they're the guys in charge. You never see them running to a meeting because they're late, because the meeting doesn't start till they get there. They're the guys in charge. You can't be that guy looking like a schoolboy with a backpack and backwards hat. So that's where Colin gets that sort of sentiment from.
my
Like, you're
meeting,
the
my
leader
man.
of the team.
My goodness. Hey, can you believe Pat Riley? Can you believe these guys kissing ass or what?
I think there's a time and place to be casual, but I think we've gone overboard. That's the thing. We've gone way overboard, and I do agree with Dan Byer. COVID was the slippery slope. We never came back.
Plus, when people run up to Don Martin to get a Dan Marino autograph, he needs to look presentable.
Well, yeah, he looks like somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look like – you want to be somebody, look like somebody.
Hey, Pat Riley wrecked him, damn near killed him, am I right?
Hey, what do they always say? You dress for the role you want. If you're not getting that respect, maybe that's why.
Oh, who has a better laugh, him or Eileen Gu? Eileen Gu had a good one too, right?
Goo! Yeah.
All right. Sam, we had it the other day. You deleted it already? Jeez. All right, more next. CNR. Hang tight.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes. We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there, and I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. I take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
NFL teams have until March 3rd to place the franchise tag on players, and it looks like Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons is headed for the tag. Multiple reports say that the Falcons will use the franchise tag on Pitts. If he signs it and plays under the one-year deal, it would be worth $16 million next season. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said the team is leaning on placing the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Rams officially announced their staff for next year. It includes Cliff Kingsbury, who will serve as the assistant head coach under Sean McVay. Ohio State signed defensive coordinator Matt Patricia to a deal. He'll be back in 2026. In the NBA, Utah Jazz center Yusuf Nurkic done for the year. He needs surgery on his nose, according to insider Chris Haynes. ESPN says Dylan Brooks' timetable to return from his broken hand is about 4 to 6 weeks. Duke's the new number one in the AP Top 25 College Hoops poll following their win over former number one Michigan. Wolverines dropped the third. I'm Dan Byer.
Here we are. And you can see where we are. See what you hear at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And our bonus podcast is also there, Overpromised, episode 128.
Yeah. Hey, why not watch?
Yeah,
why not watch what you're listening to?
Watch it. Be part of it. Get involved. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And remember, with the iHeartRadio app, you could also stream us wherever, whenever, 24/7 on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app. Stream us live every day. Again, Covino and Rich with Danny G. Iowa Sam with the sweet hairdo. Dan Byer, Elijah, and you. Let's rock out.
All right. By the way, your boy Shohei Ohtani better watch out. You see who said they're coming for him with the MVP this year? My boy Juan Soto.
Shohei Ohtani
better watch his back.
Sure, Shohei's shaking in his shoes, in his cleats.
Speaking of smack talk, did you hear what Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao said about Floyd Mayweather?
What did he say?
Well, they announced today a rematch, which sounds ridiculous, but yeah. What year is this again? Mayweather Pacquiao 2, September 19th at the Sphere. You heard Dan Byer mention it. It's going to air on Netflix. This just came out courtesy of, well, Ariel Helwani reposted it. Yeah. He says, I want Floyd to live with the one loss on his professional record and always remember who gave it to him. He's pulling an old Bronx Tale move. Look at me. I did this to you. Remember me. Manny Pacquiao on his fight against Floyd Mayweather. So, like I said, there's a different level of vengeance and hunger when it comes to Pacquiao's side of things as opposed to Floyd Mayweather, although Floyd's 50-0, and he's 50-0 for a reason. So can Manny even get to him at this age?
I mean, I'm not saying they're this old, but you guys ever see that movie in 2013? Stallone and De Niro grudge match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it was like two guys that fought their prime, and when they're old guys, they ran it back. I'm not saying they're that old, and I'm not saying it's like a Tyson. Who Tyson fight the first time?
Jake Paul?
No. Remember it was another legit fighter.
What are you talking about? Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
You think Jake Paul was the first time he fought?
That was the first time he'd fought in a long-ass time.
No, he fought like a year before that.
I don't remember. But Floyd is 48 and Manny's 46.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see.
Tyson fought like not Lennox Lewis, not Evander. Who do you fight? Why are you guys all? I've got like
Manny's 47.
Did I?
He was 46 when he fought Barrios with the draw.
Are you sure you didn't dream this?
Is this like a Mandela effect? Am I? You guys
sure this wasn't a dream?
You guys ever hear the lamp theory? Some guy looks at a lamp and he realizes the last years of his life were a dream.
Quiet, Lampley.
Come on.
Oh,
Roy Jones Jr. Thank you, Wes in Vegas. You guys are all brain dead.
Well, no, I thought of it. We're brain dead because we're not reading your dumb brain? Yeah. You're the guy that brought it up out of nowhere. You should know. Roy, but yeah, I remember Jones, where I was when I watched it. Roy Jones.
And it was just, like a nice sparring match.
Trying to forget that fight.
I know. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'll give you the pass because you tried to forget it.
I mean, that was around COVID time, so I try to forget anything around that time.
Grudge match. Stallone, De Niro. Not a bad movie. Not a good movie. But Pac-Man and Floyd, when both guys when their average age is around 50-ish or so, or come on, what are we doing?
So Money Mayweather has an unsanctioned fight in April, and then he has a legit on-the-books fight in September?
Yep.
Wow, busy year for him.
Oh, and by the way, it was a big weekend of fights, as we mentioned. Sean Strickland with the third-round TKO over Hernandez, UFC Fight Night. Also, Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios. Barrios' last fight was against Pacquiao with the draw, but now Garcia is the 147 champ. And as of today, not only Mayweather, Pac-Man announced, they're saying Tank Davis, his coach, Calvin Ford, is saying that Tank Davis will return with a big fight that's unfurling and unfolding right before our very eyes as we speak. Mm-hmm. So he's saying that he's also coming back. There's a lot of moving parts in the fight game, so just throwing that out there.
No, it's an interesting one to me. And by the way,
we're still taking calls on Pat Riley.
Roy Jones Jr., a lot of people chiming in saying, yeah, that was not a memorable fight. Escobar Cheeks, that's a cool name, says what's up.
Mike Tyson Cheeks.
We remember the Tyson Cheeks for sure. We have a call on the Pat Riley thing, but one last thought on these boxing spectacles that we seem to all consume, right? When you think about all the names you just mentioned, you said Mario Barrios, who just got whooped by
Garcia.
Fought to a draw with Pacquiao.
Yeah.
So I know the number one phrase in boxing is, styles make fights. Matchups are different. But wouldn't that insinuate
number
that...
one's protect yourself at all times.
But wouldn't that insinuate that a young, quick-handed Ryan Garcia could hang with Manny Pacquiao? In fact, if anything, should be able to handle an old Pacquiao? And now you're talking about Mayweather? Would you watch?
It's a sanctioned fight, but it doesn't matter.
Here's a question.
These guys are way old and they're past their prime. I think a guy like Ryan Garcia would light up a Manny Pacquiao. A crispy, like we saw Garcia over the weekend.
Now, I think that's a fight we would all watch, though, because it's like legend versus young kid. Danny G, you would watch Ryan Garcia, Manny Pacquiao?
I would watch that, yep.
See, that to me sounds like it's got some juice.
Rolly Romero tried to make that happen, and Pacquiao didn't make it happen. Rolly Romero tried to make that was real close to happening.
Yeah, but I'm saying some people care about. Like, Ryan Garcia is like an Instagram popular young fighter. So I'm saying
Garcia would light Pacquiao up at this stage. And I say that respectfully. I think Manny Pacquiao is a legend, and he's just a 47-year-old legend. That's all.
So when you okay, I'm just saying it gives a little less significance to the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. Because if there's younger guys that would whoop these guys in their prime.
It's just a matchup, an even matchup that might draw some intrigue. They would never – I don't think they can compete with today's champions, but they can compete against each other.
You know what? Which is nice, but do you want to remember them that way or not?
Well,
and Floyd's always made a ton of money. Is he short on money? Like I said, does he just have the love of the game?
I'm
or
surprised
what?
he's putting his 50-0, which just sounds so great for the legacy on the line for this.
He could forever be the undefeated 50-0 Floyd Mayweather Jr., and he could always be involved in boxing somehow as a promoter, a manager,
he's
a corner
still
guy.
getting paid on these exhibition fights.
Yeah, and Rich, there were rumors about Mayweather needing some cash flow, but those rumors kind of got put to bed after he made a big multi-hundred million, I think $400 million investment in some property in Manhattan.
Yeah,
so he's still got all that. He's made over $1 billion in his career earnings.
So I mean, who knows?
He does spend a lot every week, though.
Back to your dude, Pat Riley.
Life of Riley, bro.
Life of Riley got the statue. Jokingly called out James Worthy as the only one that shows respect because he wore a tie and everyone else wasn't wearing a tie.
Rich wears a bolo tie every once in a while. Just a bolo tie. Just a bolo tie on a sexy
Steve.
night.
Hey, good one, buddy.
Yep.
Pat Riley has a devilish laugh, which we learned. And we learned that is the tie just an antiquated old school thing? Like when you really think about it, it's a piece of material just hanging from your neck. Like, do we need to wear ties in 2026?
You could look sharp. You could look slick without the tie. As long as you got a nice fitted, not your old uncle's suit, like a nice fitted suit. I just showed Rich the last time at my daughter's Sweet 16.
Yeah.
It was a nice banquet hall. Even before that, I went to a wedding with my girlfriend. Just the suit, no tie. I think you could pull that off. But I think that's the compromise. I think there's too many people that just abandon the compromise and they just show up looking like slobs. That's a problem.
You know what's funny? Before he returned to the NFL last year and made a pretty cool comeback as a guy in his 40s, before that, my last impression of Phillip Rivers was, remember he was showing up at press conferences wearing bolo ties?
Yeah. When I saw that, that's immediately what I thought.
I think of Phillip Rivers until he made that comeback. My final thought of him was, he wears bolo ties, huh? Okay.
Totally associate him with that, for sure.
All right. Who do we got on line one, Danny?
Let's talk to Andrew in Texas.
Andrew, what do you think about Pat Riley's statements? Again, congrats on his statue. And what do you think about the world just being way too casual?
Well, my thought is, Walmart. And if you've hit puberty, don't come in your jammies. I'm sorry. Also, if it's a suit, it's a tie. If it's a sport jacket, yeah, tie's optional.
Okay. I like that rule, but I do think you could pull it off.
Yeah, but
I think it's a younger guy look.
Yeah, I've never been one to wear a sports coat with different color pants. I'll wear a suit, matching jacket and pants.
No, but he's right. If you got that Alex P. Keaton look with the sport jacket,
that's like
with the blazer.
It's like a J. Crew look, like a dude like Bersha works.
A blazer of glory. You don't need a tie if you're just rocking the sports
like the
coat.
type of guy that wears like khakis and like a different color blazer.
No, at our 20-year convention, I was rocking a blazer with no tie.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Jolly Burst you said that too.
Why would he care? He doesn't know that he's out of like an L.O. Bean catalog?
I'm going to tell him you said that.
No, he's more of like a Patagonia kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely wears a vest on occasion, I bet. Like a nice winter vest.
Keep keep digging yourself into a hole, Rich.
Yeah,
Probably shot that Aeropostale at the mall for sure. Thank you, Pat Riley. All right, something else I wanted to talk about today, if it's cool with you. Pat McAfee, the action star.
So we're going to go from Pat Riley to Pat McAfee?
And then that was next. Pat.
Are you the guys at the beach that hate everything?
Yeah, Pat from SNL.
Pat Riley has something to say about that. He thinks you're
Clever.
He thinks you're clever.
Yep.
Clever.
It's And by the way, Rich, you could pat my huevos while you're at it.
Yeah, who's your favorite? Pat Summerall, Pat Sajak,
Oh,
Pat Morita. A lot of great pets.
Pat Swayze.
Yeah.
How about that? You know that Mexican guy, Pat Huevos?
Pat Suika.
Oh, Pat my No, I don't.
Who?
So, Pat Riley to Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee, one of the biggest names in the sports entertainment world. Got to give him credit where credit's due.
That guy, let alone ties, he doesn't wear sleeves, that guy.
Guy bet on himself. Good for him, right? I mean, you bet on yourself and you become a big star. Think about it. He left a job making millions as a punter to say, I'm betting on myself and it works out. That's a good story. I'm a fan of what he does. So McAfee, there's a rumor going around that he reached out. Danny, he got an agent?
So, yeah, he hired Hollywood super agent Ari Emanuel, who wants to turn him into the next Sylvester Stallone, and he's already started to book McAfee for movie and TV roles.
That's
now,
crazy.
It sounds
Is
crazy.
he the next action
It's
hero?
legit. This is from Bloomberg
Now,
Business.
it sounds crazy when you first say, Pat McAfee, the action star, but you know what? Since the days of Stallone and Arnold and Bruce Willis and all these people, think about who our last couple action stars have
Got
been.
Jackie Chan, bro.
Yo, the last couple action movies I saw were not the most believable dudes. The last two movies I watched with a, quote, action star, Liam Neeson and Bob Odenkirk. Two great actors, but if you could convince me that Bob Odenkirk and Liam Neeson are action badasses, then you don't think Pat McAfee could be one
I
too?
think Bautista has, made some waves in that
Bautista's been pretty
world.
pretty
He's been
decent.
pretty good.
I
You
saw him in
forgot
some,
Jason Statham.
But Statham, again, is also not a big fella. If you're going to... Bautista, yes, former wrestler. I saw him in a vampire Netflix movie. He was pretty solid. But if you're telling me that Bob Odenkirk was awesome in Nobody, did you see that movie? And Liam Neeson with all the Taken movies, and I saw one where he was a truck driver on some ice trucker.
You got Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yeah, these are the guys that are...
Maybe McAfee's the next Bond, but I think Patrick Gibson's the next one.
Well, I'm just saying, it doesn't shock me that McAfee could be some action star. It's not crazy to say because...
I would never say never, but I would find that hard to believe, and I say that respectfully.
And we got to see his chops.
Yeah, we've seen crazier things, Rich.
I just named two of them. Better Call Saul, comedian Bob Odenkirk.
Those guys are polished actors,
but
bro.
if you're convinced,
that's what they do.
Dude,
they convince you because they're acting.
I'm just saying, if you could be,
is he a good actor?
Oh, he's the best. I love Odenkirk, but I'm saying,
is McAfee a good actor? You bonehead.
I've seen him in wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah, you're saying it's crazy that Liam Neeson's an incredible actor. That's why he's convincing.
But Bob, I watched a movie called Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, but Bob Odenkirk's awesome.
Hold on. Bob Odenkirk.
I love Bob Odenkirk. Why are you saying that like we don't know who he is?
Slippin' Jimmy.
Yeah, Slippin' Jimmy.
He's Saul Goodman.
Because I don't know if every ass clown out there knows who Bob Odenkirk is. Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad.
Saul Goodman.
Slippin' Jimmy. Bob Odenkirk is not cut from a cloth.
What was his other name at the Cinnabon?
Jimmy McGill.
No, at Cinnabon.
Oh, that's a good question. Good trivia. But Bob Odenkirk is a great actor, comes from a comedic background, and had a really great role on Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul. I saw him in a movie where he was on a bus and he beat up 6 gang members at once. If you can convince me that Bob Odenkirk could beat up the Vatos Locos, then you can convince me that Pat McAfee is an action star. If you can tell me
Gene Takovic or whatever it was,
if you could convince me that Liam Neeson finds a bunch of gang members and I will find you and I will kill you. If you can convince me of that.
Here's the difference. You numbskull. That's what they do. Bob Odenkirk convinced you that he worked at a Cinnabon, that he was a shady lawyer.
And he was a badass as a lawyer.
Yeah. I know.
It's not outside of his range, Rich.
He was so good as that sketchy, shady lawyer. That's not who he is. So what I'm saying is Pat McAfee's a man of many talents, but is he able to convince you that he's an action star, that he's whatever character he's portraying? Maybe he can. I don't know that because we've never seen it. So I don't know that. I know he could host a radio show. I know that he can capture people's attention. I know he's a fun, entertaining guy for sure. But can he do that? I don't know. But I would never say he can't because I just don't know. But would you buy him as the next action star, Fox Sports Radio Nation?
I mean,
is he the next Van Damme? Hey, if we all sat through Steven Seagal in the 80s, maybe we could buy into Pat McAfee. But then again, Steven Seagal was a legitimate martial artist.
I'm going to take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
The blood bank.
To the blood bank.
I'm going to give you 2 examples of where we were shot. Like, I gave you the Odenkirk one. I'm going to give you another from our childhood. I watched a little something on Netflix, I believe, The Movies That Made Us. Have you ever seen these quick little documentaries? It's more of a docuseries where they analyze the making of some of our favorite childhood movies in the action world, comedies. And there was one on Die Hard. And do you know that because at that time, Bruce Willis, who I hate to hear is going through what he's going through now, dementia, right?
Mm-hmm. By the way, if you guys are taking the temperature of what the world is talking about, it seems like everything we do, consume, eat, or stand next to causes dementia. Stay safe, everybody.
If that gets in your algorithm, every other click is like, well, you know what could cause dementia? It's like, oh my God, scary.
Yeah, it's so scary. There's like
this show causes dementia.
Yeah, no, seriously. There's like there's all studies that prove that whatever we do causes dementia nowadays. It's like, my goodness. Stay safe. Eat healthy.
Bruce Willis was considered like a TV, like almost like comedic rom-com type of guy, moonlighting. Do you know they left Bruce Willis off the original Die Hard movie poster? This is a fun fact because they thought people are not going to buy that Bruce Willis could be an action star.
Bruce Willis from Moonlighting?
That guy? And then once the movie was a big hit, they went back and they redesigned the movie poster with him as John McClane holding the gun sideways and everything. But originally, we wouldn't even put Bruce Willis on a movie poster because it wasn't convincing.
I think he is the highest paid action star, if you look it up, with his involvement as far as ownership of the rights and points and movies and things like that.
And again, I don't know about McAfee's
acting
chops and anything. I don't need to.
Hey, dude, anything's possible. He's proven that he's likable. He's got an audience because people like what he does. So.
And he's apparently a real nice guy. I've never really had an interaction with McAfee, so I got nothing good or bad to say. But I'll say he's entertaining, and it's not shocking. Because Danny, my first thought when you sent me that article, like McAfee shopping like with an acting agent to make him like an action star, my first thought was like, that's hilarious. And I'm like, well, you know what? Bruce Willis, Bob Odenkirk, Liam Neeson, like there have been guys that have been, quote, action stars. Are you really that convinced when you see certain people? And then they end up being great.
Yeah, but those people are great actors. So if he has acting chops, anything's possible. And we wish him the best. And speaking of action stars, your boy was on a show called Icons That Built America, and we did a special on Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Look it up on the History Channel if you got it. Icons That Built America.
History boy,
History
Steve
boy.
Covino.
That's right.
If he could be, if
I could be on the History Channel,
please,
McAfee could be an action star.
Because Steve Covino, historian.
If I could be a historian, anything's possible.
Historian of what? 1980s baseball cards?
That's right.
All right, listen, we got more Covino and Rich. We're going to play Last One Standing. If you want in, it's the most fun game we play. I love Brainwave on Fridays, Danny, but I feel like this is the stressor. This is a good, stressful, fun trivia game. If you want in, you want a little excitement on your Monday, a little pep in your step, let's do it. 877-99 on Fox. We will play Last One Standing, give away some Fox Sports Radio Covino and Rich prizes next.
Ready to tackle your financial goals. With Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools that help make you help you make the moves you want.
Yeah.
Trade stocks, options, ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts all on one platform.
Webull's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you could read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control, and now meet Vega, your AI market assistant. You could ask questions like, what's the outlook for this stock? Or, hey, analyze my watch list and get real-time stock updates, volatility insights, and you could honestly take a better look at the whole field. Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize your performance of your portfolio.
Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop, WEBULL, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/.
Livy Dunn's buns in the sun.
Yeah, well, I just was doing my research for the show.
Yeah, well, apparently she's in Hawaii vacationing with future Yankee, her boyfriend, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh
If he
Pirates.
goes to the Yankees, I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Livy Dunn bought a place in New York City, but she is a model and gymnast and all social media.
On. Not only did she buy a place in New York City, he's also been telling his teammates, that's a true story, apparently. He's been telling teammates that he wants to play in New York.
They denied that.
I mean, those are rumors, but I believe them.
Who started that rumor? Austin Wells?
Me?
Who started that rumor? Anthony Volpe?
His teammates.
Oh, no, his teammates.
He made it very clear, like, you know, this isn't the place to be. This is where superstars go to die. I want to play in New York.
Well, Livy Dunn, the headline is Toasting Buns in the Sun on Hawaiian Vacation with Paul Skeens. And there you go. If you watch it on the YouTube, buns are out. Sun's out, buns out. And Covino and I disagree on one major thing here. When you're with your wife or girlfriend or whoever you're dating, whoever you're with, Covino's way anti-booty out.
Well, hold on. Let's make this clear. I love a nice booty. I'm saying the person I'm with. So, hey, if there's women walking around with their cheeks out, you better believe I'll be looking at them, and that's the problem. If I'm hanging out with my buddies' wives, and my buddies' wives are all walking around with their asses out, how is that appropriate when everyone's looking at each other?
I mean, it's the appropriate swimwear for 2025.
It's not appropriate. That's why you can't wear stuff like that at Disneyland, because it's not appropriate. I mean, just because it's in style and because young women are doing it doesn't mean that everybody should be doing it. Go to a water park. You think everybody should be dressing like that? Absolutely not.
Well,
leave some to the imagination. That's why it was a big story in the New York Post this week. Even athleisure, athletic wear has gone too far and too skimpy, where it's distracting at the gym, where women are showing lots of crevassier, a lot of crevice, a lot exposed, a lot revealed, nothing to the imagination, to the point where other women are uncomfortable. It's a national story. It's not me judging or anything like that. It's a story all over the New York Post. Men are going to see it, and men are going to like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying as a dad of a teenager, as the boyfriend of a young woman, amongst mixed company and family, that's inappropriate. What you're doing in your own time, on your own vacation, when it's just you and her, that's fine. Whatever. You want to tan your ass? Go right ahead.
Who doesn't want to tan ass?
Right.
I'm just saying.
But Rich is condoning that this is okay amongst mixed company.
All right, style.
That's awkward.
Style,
you think I want Danny G looking at my girlfriend's ass?
Style dictates what the cuts of bathing suits are.
Wait, I never did that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Let's say we all went away.
Avert your eyes, sir.
Yeah.
Style dictates what cuts of bathing suits are popular, right? Like men's.
Doesn't mean
men's
that other ones are
trunks.
non-existent.
Are you gonna let me get a word in, or are you just gonna vent about how lame you are?
You could say lame, or, I mean, how about leaving some to the imagination?
What's next,
Why do you
Rich?
need to show your wife's ass to
Nude
everybody?
beaches? Nude beaches? Is that what you want?
You sound like a voyeur to me. Like, everybody, check out my wife's ass.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want women to wear bathing suits like it's the 1920s and they're on the boardwalk like, hello, my baby, hello, my darling?
Because there's a compromise, and they still sell, like, pretty
A
revealing
sarong.
and sexy bathing suits.
If you want,
you act like you have to wear a grandma.
If you want old lady bathing suits, where are you going to find them? Walmart, Target, like women shop.
They're not old. There's compromise.
Women shop online.
How you gonna feel?
Show an ankle.
Yeah. How you gonna feel when your daughter's dressing like that? You're cool with it?
Yeah, I guess so, because it's the times.
No, you're
what are
not.
You gonna do?
You're cool with it because she's 8 years old. That's why you're cool with it.
I'm telling you, you're like going against the style. I saw a picture of your girlfriend with all her friends on a trip. and she was the only girl wearing like a full bottom bathing suit. Like
You
she
know why?
bought it at like
'Cause she has class. No one wants to see your nasty ass. Nope. Not everybody should be dressing like that.
It's
too revealing. It is.
So
guys
you think
don't
you
do
think
that.
you think
are
Libby Dunn-
guys showing bottom beanbag? Are guys doing that? Should I be doing that? I don't know. No, because it's not appropriate. Just because it's the style doesn't make it right.
Triple B, bottom
and by the way,
beanbag.
that doesn't mean I'm not staring and I'm not admiring sometimes. Of course I am. I'm a man.
But you want Libby Dunn wearing full bottom bathing suit on vacation with her?
No, because she's not my girlfriment. I don't care.
Yeah, but
So if she wants to rock that, I'm like, go for her. Good for her. I
If
don't
you
care.
were going away with some friends for a weekend, you would tell your girlfriend, like, no, don't
Yeah, because
expose
I
that
know what a
butt.
pervert and creep you are.
Oh,
so
me.
why would I want my
Me.
girlfriend walking around like that in front of you? Yes, you. Yes. So why would I want that? Why would I want that? Guys are going to be guys.
Monty, your thoughts? Because Monty, you came to our anniversary
But
party,
he's
and I feel
lying.
like
guys are going to be guys. So just because it's my girlfriend, you mean Rich isn't going to look at her? Well, think about it. I'm not saying women shouldn't be in style. I'm not saying women shouldn't wear these.
Listen to yourself.
I'm
You
saying they shouldn't wear them amongst family and friends. Talking about how sloppy people are in today's world. I was showing Rich pictures from my daughter's Sweet 16. We just got the professional photos back.
I'm fascinated.
You should see how these kids show up.
Your daughter's wearing like a gorgeous dress.
It was at a banquet hall.
She's wearing a dress that I could guarantee Dad over here has spent thousands on. Looking all beautiful at some banquet hall. And some of these teenage boys are wearing like pajama pants and like a T-shirt.
Kids were wearing their slides and socks to a Sweet 16. Step your game up, people. Not trying to sound like the old guys, but there's a decent compromise based on the Pat Riley story. We're Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, live from the Barrio Vato Loco. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
I love how he always says from the Barrio. He's a Valley boy.
I'm the All-Valley Karate champion.
I mean, that is true. All right, let's do this. Last one standing.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man. Oh. I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge up. It's CNR's last one standing.
Last one standing.
All right, I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or answer incorrectly, Iowa Sam will take you out with his big bad buzzer.
No.
Do not want to hear that.
You wouldn't.
We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here are the contestants. 13-time winner Steve Covino right over there.
Hell yeah. Danny G, you're talking over this sick beat. You're throwing me off. How can I pump my fist if you keep talking?
Next to him, 19-time winner Rich Davis.
Yes.
He
20
won
today.
Yeah, he won last time we did this game because Dan Byer wasn't here, but 38-time champion is here today.
Hello.
What up, DB?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it doesn't count if you don't beat Dan Byer.
Stop it. I told you. You win, you win.
Let's go to the studio line and see who's playing for CNR prize pack. The first one through was Mark in Iowa. What up, Mark?
Mark, what's up, bud?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you guys doing? Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Right.
Where are you calling from, Mark?
Cedar Rapids.
Hell yeah.
Nice. What do you do for a living there?
I work for a precision metal manufacturer.
Okay, cool.
We make metal alloys for coins.
Nice. All right.
Sam, you guys want to go out for a latte later, Sam, or what?
Knock me down.
By the way, in for spot today, checking answers is Bree, or as Rich calls her, Briella.
Yeah, Bree.
We love Bree.
We love Bree. Everybody should love Bree.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of anxiety with this job, so be patient with her as she checks answers. We say that every week for Spot.
Okay, got it.
All right, when I say your name, the clock is going to start. Here is the first category.
Okay.
The 500 Club. You have 5 seconds to name an MLB team who has a 500 or better record all time.
Oh.
All right, 500 or better record MLB
huh?
all time. There are 12 answers on the board. All right, Covino, you are up first as soon as the clock starts right now. Go.
Well, let's get the Yankees out of the way.
Yeah.
Bree, that's what you
right,
give
Bree.
us a yes or no.
Yes, 100%.
Ding, ding.
Got it.
Bree's like,
Sorry.
what am I doing here?
Yes. Yes.
All right, Rich.
I'm going to roll with the Bravos, Atlanta Braves.
Yes.
All right, Buyer.
I'll go Giants.
Yes.
All right, Mark.
Dodgers,
he says, Bree.
That is correct.
Covino, back to Cove.
Man, I'll go Red Sox on that.
Yep.
Rich.
Man, you answered too quick.
3.
You know, I'm going to go
2.
Cardinals.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Buyer.
Give me the Reds.
That is also correct.
Mark. 3, 2, 1.
Blue Jays.
No Blue
No,
Jays.
sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry, bro.
All right, Covino.
Man, the Reds, that was a sneaky one.
Ooh.
I'll go Astros just because of recent
Yes,
history.
that is correct.
Hell yeah.
Good
Wow.
pull. Nice pull, Rich.
I'm going to discount a lot of years in most recent history and say if you go history, the A's?
No, that is not correct.
Damn it.
Out of there.
Ooh, good guess, though, no?
DB.
Short history, but what about the Diamondbacks?
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry. All right. Oh, Covino wins that round. Covino, last one standing in that round, at least.
Hey, Tigers on that list, Bree? Or
Yeah,
what?
who else was on the top 12 there, Bree?
Okay, so we got the Cubs, Guardians, Pirates, and Tigers.
Well, Tigers, I thought for a minute.
And you would not think Pirates.
No. You know what? The Pirates must have been so good for so long that I guess the last 25 years they might have one of the lowest.
The Willie Stargell era, bro.
Yeah, it's when they had square hats.
We are family.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the second category. Cove on the board so
I
far.
got Willie Stargell and me.
Category 2 is called Millions of DMs. You have 5 seconds to name an NBA player who has the most Instagram followers.
Oh, NBA player with the most IG followers?
Yep.
Current or retired too, or no?
Current will take, well, it doesn't matter. Top 25.
Bob Cousy.
Cousy.
Pretty sure, Rich, that they're playing if they have millions of followers.
Well, okay.
All right, we'll take the top 25.
Okay.
And Mark, you're going to be up first starting right now. Go.
LeBron.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep. And if you could throw in details if you want, like how many followers.
Oh,
he has.
157 million.
Buyer.
Kevin Durant.
13.7 million. That is correct.
Rich.
Steph Curry.
At 58.3 million. That is correct.
Go. 3, 2.
I'll go Devin Booker just because he's young and
Yes,
handsome.
5.5 million.
Somebody's a Suns fan.
Good so.
Someone thinks Devin Booker's handsome, I guess, huh?
All right.
Yes, Vato Loco forever.
Hubba, right, Steve?
Back to Mark in Iowa.
I'm going to go over to the new guy, Super Flag.
Who?
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. No, he's not there.
Sorry, not there yet.
Two.
Buyer.
Give me Dame Lillard.
Yes, at 9.9 million.
Rich. 3, 2.
James Harden?
No.
Covino.
I'm going LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, 10.7 million.
Bam.
Wow.
Buyer.
What about Zion?
Yes, at 4.9 million.
Yeah, right at the cutoff. Back to Covino.
About some international followers. Giannis on here.
Yes, at 16 million.
Ooh, man, Covino's on fire today.
Buyer.
Luca.
Yes, at 10.8 million.
Got a battle. Covino. 3, 2.
Klay Thompson.
At 16.7 million.
Oh, back to DB.
That's a pretty good pull. John Morant.
Yeah, 9.4 million.
Anybody see Jokic?
You just did.
No.
No.
No way.
No, he's not.
He, what does he follow? Like
Horses?
Horses?
On what? Yeah.
By the way, is AD on the list?
Yes. 6.9.
Yeah, name Buyer gets that round, by the way. So, Bree, some of the other names there?
Okay, so Anthony Edwards at $5.2 million,
Yes.
Bronny James $7.5
Trae
million.
Young on this?
Trae Young, yeah, 5.
Cold.
Oh,
Jimmy Butler, $10 million.
Jimmy Buckets.
Oh, that's
And
a
then-
good one.
And then Wemby at 5.2.
You know what's interesting? I lost very early on with a bad guess, but Wemby was on my mind. And you know what I think the trick answer was? Bronny's a good trick answer because you're like, oh, yeah, he is an NBA player.
Yeah.
And he's,
7.5.
That's a good
Dang
one.
it.
all right. So Covino and Byer both on the board. We go to the third category. Kenneth Walker should get paid. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL running back who has ran for over 100 yards in a Super Bowl. There are 23 answers on the board. All right, NFL running back who's ran for over 100 yards in the big game. And Covino, you're going to be up first starting right now. Go.
Emmitt Smith.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, Rich.
Marcus Allen.
Yes, that is also
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, Byer.
Terrell Davis.
Yes, that is
Sir.
correct.
Mark.
John Riggins.
That is correct.
Ooh, good answer.
Covino. 3, 2.
Roger Craig.
No.
Sorry, just a guess.
Rich.
Good guess. Good guess.
3, 2.
Franco
One.
Harris.
Yes, that is correct.
Barely pulled that out. Byer.
Good one.
Timmy Smith.
Timmy Smith. Yes.
Good answer. Yeah, he had that big
Damn
game.
it.
Yeah.
That was when it was a good day.
Oh, you got to think of another one, Mark. 3, 2, 1.
Tony Dorsett.
Says Dorsett from the Cowboys?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, sorry, buddy. Back to Rich. 3, 2, 1.
McCaffrey in the 49ers loss?
No.
No.
Byer wins that round and he wins the game.
Is Saquon Barkley?
No.
Okay, good.
Was Otis Anderson? OJ?
Otis Anderson, Dominic Rhodes, Frank Gore, Jamal Lewis, and Marshawn Lynch. were some of the names.
Lynch, that's a good one.
I'm sorry, I'm so mad at myself for not thinking of Gore in the 2013 loss.
Yeah, shame on you. That is Byer's 39th victory in this game.
Wow.
Why don't you brag about it?
Congrats, DB. That was a good battle.
Yeah,
though.
and yes, Mark in Iowa, thank you for playing the game. Great job there. And Bree, thank you for filling in for Spotty.
I was going to say Thurman Thomas, maybe.
Thurman Thomas, I don't think ever had a good Super Bowl, right?
You know, that's what. But I was thinking he had so many shots, he could have been an answer.
What was also interesting is I think Kenneth Walker passing the 100. It had been 23, 25 some years since a winner had 100 yards.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So a lot of guys on the losing side, you wouldn't think, right?
You would think.
Because they're passing the ball, maybe they're behind, but Marshawn Lynch had his against the Patriots in Super Bowl 49.
Yeah. DB, you would think that being that I was at that game, I would have known, but I wasn't sure. Like, I wonder what McCaffrey's numbers looked like against the Chiefs in Las Vegas. That was, you forget sometimes. Yeah, good one. Hey, congrats.
I had that one, dude. I had that one.
Man, hey, Bree, thanks, buddy.
Danny G, great questions. Bree, great job. Let's give a hip, hip, hooray to Bree. Hip, hip, hooray!
Thank you, Bree.
Hooray! Thank you, Bree.
Thank
Bree,
you, guys.
everybody.
Thank you for your service.
Always doing a great job. Happy to have you on the show, Bree.
All right, let's go to DB for an update. Dan Byer.
I wore my Saints hat for Bree today. Yes.
Look at that. Her Saints hat. Look at
How
that.
about that?
It's the best hat ever.
Tip of the cap.
Thanks.
Tip of the cap to Bree and her hard work at Fox Sports Radio. We know the hard work Lindsey Vonn put into trying to ski for the Olympics. Then the week before, she tore her ACL and decided, screw it, I'm going to ski again. Well, she crashed. We knew that and broke her leg. And now we found out today, as she revealed in an Instagram post, that she almost lost her left leg following that crash during the Winter Olympics. She fractured her leg. That led to compartment syndrome and required leg-saving surgery while she was in Italy. She also said her doctor was in the area because of her accident, and if he was unable to be there, she doesn't know if she'd be able to save her leg. But Lindsey Vonn back recovering here in the United States. The U.S. men's hockey team is back in the U.S., as are the U.S. women's hockey team. And news just in that the U.S. women's hockey team, which won gold in the Winter Games, has declined an invitation from President Trump to attend tomorrow night's State of the Union address. In a statement, the team said they were sincerely grateful for the invitation. However, a variety of commitments, which includes some academic commitments, forced the team to miss tomorrow's State of the Union address.
What does that mean, academic commitments?
There's some who are in school, and they have to get back for school.
I have a question. Forget it.
No.
In my mind, I'm like, it's like, when someone misses a big award show, like, what better are you doing? Like, you're telling me, I have social studies class, next day is the reason you missed the State of the Union?
A political statement.
I don't know. I don't want to.
It feels like it, though, DB.
Yeah.
I think you guys are making it feel like that.
Really?
I actually think
what takes priority over that? Something like that.
I think the logistics of everything.
so.
it's different to say, hey, on April 16th, we're going to meet at the White House. Let's get the team together. So I honestly think it's a legitimate excuse. I don't even know if the men are good. They have hockey games starting on Wednesday.
Honestly,
so,
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Well, apparently to you guys, the guys should just miss the games on Wednesday because they got this invite. That's
Yeah, I guess you're right. But to me, though, in my mind, whether it's Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, it doesn't matter. If you're invited to the White House, I'm like, what else is on your social calendar?
It's not just like they're inviting you to a dinner to hang out.
Again, I think this is different than being invited to the White House. You hand them a jersey. This is to appear at the State of the Union on short notice. I think it's tricky. Yeah. If they turn down an invitation at another time, maybe that can be political. Well, but I just think the planning of it is just
I'm glad you
really
cleared
tough.
it up because I would have automatically assumed otherwise.
Yeah, so the Atlanta Falcons are expected to place the franchise tag on tight end Kyle Pitts, which is worth more than $16 million in 2026. Cowboys executive vice president Stephen Jones said the team is leaning on placing the franchise tag on wide receiver George Pickens. Ohio State defensive coordinator Matt Patricia is going to return in 2026. Timetable for Suns guard Dylan Brooks to return to action from his broken hand is 4 to 6 weeks, according to ESPN, while NBA insider Chris Haynes says Jazz center Yusuf Nurkic will miss the rest of the season because he needs surgery on his nose. New rankings in men's and women's college hoops. UConn still the unanimous number one in the women's rankings. It's the 655th time Gino Auriemma's team has appeared in the poll. That's the most for any coach. And Duke is the new number one ranked team in this week's AP Top 25 men's college hoops poll. Arizona is second. Former number one Michigan, who lost to Duke on Saturday, fell to third. Finally, Floyd Mayweather will fight Manny Pacquiao for the second time in Las Vegas on Saturday, September 19th. It'll be the first fight ever at the Sphere and be streamed on Netflix. Guys, back to you.
Well, thanks, buddy.
First boxing match, right? At the Sphere, because they did Noche there, didn't they? UFC?
Yeah, first boxing.
First fight,
cool, man.
Boxing fight.
I wonder what that's.
Okay, Kevin. All right, we got it.
No.
That's all we got it. Okay.
I'm not correcting you. I'm just saying, wait, they did UFC there.
I'm sorry, is this Covino or Tony Reali? Because you seem like Stat Boy right now.
No. And by the way, DB, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
The champion, Dan Byer. Again, not trying to correct Dan. I was like, wait a second.
Okay.
Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio, and man, it's so close to beating Dan Byer. So close.
Well, maybe next week.
So close.
All right, well, are you ready to tackle your financial goals, Covino? Well, with Webull, you don't have to sit on the sidelines. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, Webull puts you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want. You can trade stocks, options, ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts, all on one platform. Webull, their app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you could read the defense, adjust your strategy, stay in control.
Ooh, control.
Yeah, and have you met Vega, your personal AI assistant? You could ask questions like, what's the outlook for this stock? Or say things like, analyze my watch list.
Analyze my watch list. Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. Stop punting your financial future. Join Webull's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Webull app today on mobile or desktop, Webull, or visit Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
I'll tell you this. What we love and look forward to every year, NFL is king. We love the report cards. When the players get together and they judge the teams based on facilities, how they treat their families, the workout room, travel. It's their way of being like, yo, I'm going to blind survey the place I work at, and you can't stop me. And did you see the latest? The NFL owners want to put a stop to this.
Yeah, they said enough of the report cards. In fact, owners like Woody Johnson, they're trying to diminish the credibility of it. They're saying it's bogus, actually. That's the quote, right? It's all bogus.
Yeah, the Jets owner is leading the way. And
well, you know who wants to stop it?
Graded with an F.
The weak-ass owners want to stop it. Like, if Danny, if there was a list and you were ranked high on it, you'd love the list. If there was a list and you were ranked low on it, you'd be like, bunk list. So I get it.
That is true. Every time they come out with, like, talk radio lists, we're usually on them, but never like where we want to be. So we're like, they stink. But if we were number one, we're like, hell yeah!
You just made the list.
Yeah, baby, we're on the list number one.
If there was like some weak ass made up list of like top Latino broadcasters, and it was like number 4, Steve Covino, he'd be like, this is a great list.
Not bad. Yeah, I should be top 3, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So your thoughts
on
the
list?
Your thoughts on the list? Are you on the list? I think this is really cool. I love the player surveys. Now, you could say it's petty and BS because a lot of times it's spiteful. But remember the players survey and Caitlin Clark ranked low, and it's like, oh, what a bunch of jealous biatches.
Well, there's a lot involved. The facility, like you said, how they treat their kids.
But I'm saying not
how
just
they
in
welcome their families.
not
all
just
these
in
things.
the NFL. I'm saying all these player surveys in all sports. They'd be like, who do you find the most overrated in the NBA? And it's like, whoa, that's the sentiment among your peers. I feel like peer surveys do hold a little clout to me. You might think, wow, is there much thought put into it? I like these surveys because, for instance, even though the Chiefs are a dynasty that have dominated, remember they had some Fs?
Yeah, I remember.
For like
and you know what?
Player medical care.
Yeah, like so
for us, it's great fodder, great things to talk about, and it's fun to speculate. So of course we're gonna love it. I could see how it rubs the NFL and the owners the wrong way. Think about it. You're spending so much money on these dudes, and then they come back. This is how you thank me with an F on the report card? It's got to sting a little bit from their perspective.
Well, I'll give you an example.
But I do believe there's a nugget of truth to it.
If we gave Fox Sports Radio rankings based on places we've worked, I know where I would grade it high and where I'd grade it low. Maybe
we used to get free snacks at other jobs.
I was going to say
Number 5.
I remember there were jobs. There were jobs. I'll give you where we worked. SNY in New York, which was the Mets and
the
Jets
snack wall.
There was a free snack
We
wall.
had a snack wall, man.
And I remember thinking,
we all got fat too from that.
Yeah,
snack
I was going to
wall.
say, Rich, it's good that we don't have that at
we
Fox Sports
we
Radio.
were like taking Sun Chips home with us, man. In a way, all right, I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I'll be Keanu Reeves. When you think about it, it's a bit hypocritical. If they were to ask you, what would you do? What would you do? Because it is anonymous, crappy feedback. It's like if you're on social media, don't you look down on the jabroni who chimes in anonymously with some heavy criticism? It's like if you're going to say something rude and critical, you should own up to it. Like, it's very cowardly to do it anonymously like that.
Well, I think in this case they have to, but the NFLPA, they stick up for themselves, and they've even recently, the survey process has been enhanced. They are including third-party perspectives, they say, to ensure a comprehensive evaluation of each team's workplace standards.
I get it, and I do think it's interesting, and I do believe there's truth to it. But like Rich said before, there are disgruntled people for whatever reason. There are people who are just jerks. And as a radio show, Rich, do you give more credibility to the person who owns up to who he is? There's pictures of him and his family on social media, and he's like, Rich Davis sucks. That hurts and means a lot more than someone anonymous with no picture profile whatsoever, and he's like, Rich sucks. It just does. You know what I mean? So I
can't
think
disagree.
anonymous criticism is far more cowardly. And if you want to look at it that way, it's easy to say some negative stuff when you don't have to own up to it. We are family, Fox Sports Radio, Willie Stargell style. I have a weird hot take, and it's probably because of an obvious reason of not all games were recorded this way. But when you think of old school pirate games, because pirates were brought up during Last One Standing, You never see any Roberto Clemente highlights. You see like the same few, like a masterful throw from the outfield. You don't see a lot of Roberto Clemente highlights, man. You just don't.
Why is that?
I don't know. Where's
I know
my guy Bob Clemente?
I know the throw you speak of.
Right?
There's
It's the only one you see.
It's like a legendary highlight of him throwing a rope from
It's
right
the
field.
only one you see for his impact in baseball and for Latino players. You would think there's more coverage of this guy, easily accessible. I'm telling you, you see the same plays all the time. But anyway, like I said, that's the We Are Family era of the Pirates. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Clearly, we're pumped for baseball.
Of course, why not?
It's really nice to see all those highlights between the Olympic gold over the weekend, all the fights and everything else. It's fun to see some spring training baseball, and meaningful baseball starts March 4th through the 17th, WBC. But right now, again, hope you're having a great week so far. Are you ready to tackle your financial goals? Webull makes it simple to start investing. Powerful tools, real-time data, all in one app. Get started at Webull.com or download the Webull app today.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
Speaking of the new baseball season, can we incorporate something new on the show, Danny? Can we challenge each other for dumb things we say? Can we just tap on our helmet, run back the tape? I think we got to think of something. We'll think of something.
Why? What happened?
No, we got phone calls coming. I want to.
Yeah.
By the way, Rich, on this day, before we get to the phone calls, 41 years ago today, Indiana coach Bobby Knight tossed a chair on the court versus Purdue, and the memory still lives on. Yes. We could still picture it, and Doug Gottlieb, our very own former colleague Doug Gottlieb, living in those footsteps.
41 days ago.
Yep.
The tradition lives on.
Who doesn't love a good chair toss? That was legendary. I remember that. We were little kids. You'd watch it on the highlights. All right, Danny, we got people on the phones. What do people want to chat about?
A couple of the topics before the game, like action heroes. Brad in Vegas wants to talk about that.
Yo, what's up, Brad?
Pat McAfee could be our next action hero. What's up, man?
It's not crazy. What's up, man?
No, what's up, guys? This is Brian in Vegas, not Brad. But
what's up,
it's
Brian?
okay, Danny G.
What's
it's
up?
okay. Go Dodgers. Hey, no. Dave Bautista's last of the meathead action heroes. Bruce Willis has always been my guy. Live Free or Die Hard's an underrated movie, but if I think of Pat McAfee as an action hero, I gotta see it to believe it. I think more like he's like a Peyton Manning. Like he could do funny commercials, maybe even do a rom-com or two. But there's no way I can buy him as being an action star. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, again, I'd have to see it, and then sometimes I'll go back to the example I used an hour ago. Bob Odenkirk is hilarious and just a remarkable actor, comedian, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. I didn't think he'd be believable. In the movie Nobody, I told you, he beats up a whole gang on a bus, and I believed it. And I was like, oh, my God. You never know, right? I mean, Liam Neeson, rom-com guy, all of a sudden he's a star.
But they're actors.
I know what you're saying, but all right, who else we got?
One last quick call here. Thomas in Colorado wants to talk coaches' clothing.
What's up, Tommy?
Hey, first-time caller.
Oh, what's up, Thomas?
Long-time listener.
Thanks,
30
man.
seconds, buddy.
What's up?
Yeah, on coaching, ties are it. We should take our cues from the Italian Serie A soccer league. You look at them, they're in Armani suits, and they're wearing ties.
Hey, nothing wrong with looking classy. Yeah, I'm with you. There's nothing wrong with looking good. Do you have to rock the tie? I don't know. That's the compromise I'm willing to make.
Am I wrong
but I think you should step your game
Am
up.
I wrong by saying I remember old school Spoelstra wore a suit, and then he was one of the guys that then transitioned to jumpsuit?
Yes.
And he might have been one of the last of the suited up coaches in my mind. All right, we'll see you guys mañana.
Tomorrow, Iron Mike Trivia for some prizes.
Perfect. We'll see you then.